So the company I did for my CMBI is Planet Fitness. They are in the fitness industry. They have gyms all over the U.S. And the tool or the investment vehicle that I'm using is a stock. Investing in the stock market, as that's what me and my family are really into. I mean, we have different investments as well, but the main is stocks. And what I'm going to discuss today is basically how Planet Fitness is a really good stock to invest in right now, because this coronavirus really brought down, well, I'm going to explain later in the video, but basically Planet Fitness is a really good company that we should invest in right now, considering the stakes that we are in. So Planet Fitness started in the early 90s. They had the first gym in New Hampshire, Dover, New Hampshire. It was one gym, and they kept it up for 10 years. One thing that really, brought them to fame, or separated them from the competition, is the fact that they're a company that had the motto that says it's a judgment-free zone. So this helps newcomers that come to the gym feel welcome in a way. So let's say there's people pumping iron and everything and going all aggressive. The judgment-free zone helps them calm down. No tank tops or anything, makes the newcomer feel more comfortable to go and work out. This, was a very revolutionary idea that helped push them to, the top where they are today. They eventually got their first franchise in 2003, which is just a little over 10 years. It's not a long time for a new company that's coming and going, or that just came. And after they released the first franchise, the growth really started compounding rapidly. They already had 100 clubs in 2006, which is just 3 years later. That's wild. And then after 2006, they had 500 in 2012, and then in 2015, they finally hit 1,000 clubs. That was the mark that, really made them a big company, because 2015, they also became publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So they had 1,000. Currently, they are at 2,000 clubs, so they have really increased from that point. But yeah, on to the next part. Like I was saying, they became publicly traded in 2015 on the New York Stock Exchange. They joined with a small price of $11.97, which is kind of low, but it's pretty good for a new company. And from then on, they reached a high of $88.77. It's a dramatic increase for only 5 years. And they hit this 88.77 on the 28th of February, which is fairly recent. So they're doing really good, and they were on this large uptrend up until this coronavirus really started, impacting all the companies to a point where they had to shut down. Planet Fitness was no exception. They had to shut down all their gyms, and everyone had their memberships and everything. They had to put a freeze on them. Basically, they can't work out, or they can't make any revenue for the rest of the year, which is tough for a company like that. They are 20 years into the business, so they are kind of well established. And their CEO, Rondo, he discusses this later on. He says how they have planned for this. They have planned for times like this. They have tons of spare cash. They have exactly $540 million in cash available that they're going to use in this time. So he stated that they are ready to be shut down for the rest of the year. So they could basically maintain their their level. They can maintain their profitability for the rest of the year. Of course, it won't be the same like it would be in a regular year, but they won't go under, which is an important point if you're trying to invest in the company. Because if they are in a low right now, or they were in a recent low when I made this paper, if they were in a low, that means we'll be able to take advantage of the high at the end of the year when the companies start to, when they're off this house arrest, people are able to work out again, they'll have a surge in price. And then after the surge in price, which will probably be at the end of 2020, there'll be another surge in price at the beginning of the year. Because as we know, fitness companies, they always make a ton of money January or February, because people are trying to do their New Year's resolutions. And so they end up like having tons of memberships, which is again why Planet Fitness was able to I guess survive the rest of the year, because they made a ton of money at the beginning of this quarter. So another thing that we can see for I guess like data to back up how they're doing, their recent numbers, they're currently valued at 26 times their earnings. Let's see, they are the earnings per share is at 97. This ranks them at the first in their industry group, which is really good considering, considering like this like downturn. They're the company that's handling it the best in their industry. Their earnings per share grows 35%. And also which is side point, is their management. They're keeping all their same management and everything, not firing anyone. This is because they are a well-established company, so you know they will do well after we come out of this recession. They'll be able to handle this and come up with like big increase. But what else do we have? So yeah, the stock is at a low right now. It is at $23.77, and it went to a low of $23.77, and it's currently like at around $39.84, probably $40 by now when I'm making this, because they're really increasing. But as we cited before, they're most likely going to take off this ban at the end of the year. Therefore, it'll be really smart to invest right now so that you can get the double surge when they take off the ban and when the fitness companies make their money at the beginning of the year. This will be an important time to come into this and take advantage of the recession. All right, thank you.